Hey, I can't let your fear become my fear, or anybody's fear that's in my circle or surrounding me to be my fear. Yeah, of course, there's healthy fears to have in regards to your safety and prolonging your life. Yeah, that's understandable. But still, everything within reason. I think we all have enough on our plate of trying to keep our own personal fears at bay. And when you look at, especially the type of fear that I'm talking about, when you look at fear in regards to how it can hinder you, keep you from doing things, it can actually be a crutch or something preventative in you furthering you and your goals. I'm not biting. Especially when you see that social media, people, things that they read, stuff is full of fear mongering to keep you on edge about something. I don't have time for it. I'm trying to bring down the barriers of things that are around me, and fear will be one of them. Fear is one of the last things that I'm thinking of on my plate. And what I'm talking about a fear being one of them, and one of the things I'm trying to bring down, not that I'm trying to bring down a personal barrier up on fear, but I'm saying if I was to run into anything that would so-called strike fear into me, you can best believe I'm gonna be looking for a way to get up around it. So you think that I'm wanting to go around biting off other things that people are selling and doing and whatever it may be, and that they deem is important in their life, and they're putting this overblown view up on whatever it is that they're thinking about to drum up fear? I ain't buying it. I don't want to drink from that cup at all. You can keep it. I'm up here trying to look forward to and look for more reasons to prevail, to push on ahead. Me sitting up here thinking of things that would hinder me in the sense of what we're talking about in this video, not thinking of things that would hinder me so I can think about ways to circumvent those problems, overcome those situations, but thinking about things, basically, for a lack of a better phrasing, looking for ways that I could fail based upon fear. I ain't having it. And it's one of the reasons why I dismiss myself from conversations. It's, I'm thinking about one person in particular to where anytime you come around them, they come off like they're imparting some sort of knowledge, or they're knowing more than just your typical person out here. They have like this inside track on a lot that's going on. And when you really get down to it, they're just as scared as everybody else. And what I mean by as scared as everybody else, what they're trying to broadcast in regards to them having this leg up and whatever it is that they're knowing, it draws back to them having a fear. And they're trying to bring it up in you. Whatever it may be. It's a reason why I'm not specifically addressing any one particular type of fear. Because it comes in many shapes, forms, and fashions. And I don't feel like wasting time on going down all the different ways of and reasons why you can fear behind something. So you could take what I'm saying, put your own label up on it, on whoever you think about with something up around you. Whether it was something that they read, something that they came across, and they're like, oh, this is important. It should be important to you as well. And it's fear-based. It's a tactic to get you to do whatever it is that they're feeling in that moment, or whatever they're trying to push. Like I said, it's a fear tactic. I remember a person once told me, it was on a job that I was learning. It was actually a mentor, a person that was put in place for me to mentor to learn this job. And they stated, I ain't at this job. What you'll find is everyone stresses how important everything is. Everything can't be just as important as everything else, or nothing is. It's the same thing with fear. When I'm thinking about it, if you were to bite off a piece of fear that everybody had that was up around you, and you would have put it on your plate, you would have taken a little bit of this here. Okay, this person said to watch out for X, Y, and Z. And this person said this is something to be cautious of. And nothing wrong with walking cautiously up through life so you're not stepping on landmines. Nothing wrong with chalking things up to an experience. But I'm talking about the way this stuff is presented and the way that they expect you to take it and digest it. So imagine doing that from each person. At the end of the day, you would have way more on your plate than you could tolerate. You'd be filled up with fear. This is not just me thinking about the one person that I'm initially had mentioned in this video. I've seen this with employment as well. I've seen people, or witnessed, I should say, people that it's one thing to be able to do your job and want to do it well and do it with integrity and try to be perfect, if there's such a thing. Like I said, try to be perfect. And then it's another to be just so afraid of making a mistake that this could come down to something. You know what? I'm gonna skip to the chase. Basically, what I get when I'm talking to people like this is, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to lose my job. You know, everything's got to be done right. It's like this fear, because that's the basis of how they're operating. So it's not really the things that I'd mentioned up before on, integrity, just trying to do it right, and just, man, I want to, do it right going forward. It's this impending doom that, I don't want that up on me because I need my job too much, and I can't be put over in here. I can't be known as making a mistake. I gotta, you can't let fear be the underlying thing of everything that you do. Like I said, it's one thing to have a healthy sense of it from the standpoint and walking cautiously, being aware of what you're doing, the situations that's around you, the moves that you're making. That's one thing. But to live in with the constant, like I said, impending doom of just, oh my goodness, any mistake that I make, this could be it. It creates anxiety, and it's really unrealistic, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Last example I'm going to bring home, I wanted to make sure because I think this is real pertinent to what we're talking about. I remember when I used to substitute teach, and you'd have children come up and ask you a question, whether it was a assignment they were doing or like maybe a test. And yeah, I know that some people, they want to take advantage of substitute teaching, just thinking, I'm gonna push this easy button because, hey, look, my teacher usually don't have me coming and asking a gazillion questions. He don't know. I'll just get the answer. I understand that you have some children that are like that, but really what I noticed is when the kids were either doing an assignment or a test, they want to ask a question on anything that just had the smallest morsel of doubt. It was just like, I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong. And I'm like, look, it's a test. You got to do the test. You got to go on what you know. Surely if you prepared for it, like another video that I mentioned about being prepared for things like this, hey, if you're wrong, it's not the end of the world. And that's the overarching theme of this video. You're gonna make mistakes, but the way that you're dressing this up and you're putting so much weight on it, it's creating anxiety. And a lot of the times people set themselves up to fail at whatever it is that they're fearing, because you're so afraid that you're gonna mess up that either you don't do, or you just fall off the horse, or you don't want to face whatever it is that you have this big anxiety about, so you just choose to go in the opposite direction. But back to what I'm talking about with the children, with the questions. I'd have to sit them down and tell them, hey, look, do the best that you can. It's a test. It's testing you on what you know. They didn't want to get anything wrong. They just wanted like 100 up on it. I'm like, life doesn't operate like that. You'll be all right. And from what I can remember through either grading those tests, however we did it, whether we were switching papers or I'm doing it, I don't remember anybody failing that test or failing the test or getting the assignment so wrong it was just like, why did you even try? I don't ever remember that from any of the classes. And sometimes this is how we view ourselves, like it's a make it or break it ordeal. Yeah, some things do come down to that. Job interviews, certain things that you may do up for a test. Yes, things are as such, but everything can't be like that. I ain't know what you're talking about. Like at my job, if I get, it's 3 strikes and you out. Or with this here, man, you don't understand. Yeah, but everything can't be like that. Going to the grocery store, is that like that? I forgot my list. I might as well not even get groceries today. Going back to what my mentor had stated earlier, not everything can be important or nothing is. So it's the same. It works the same way with fear. You can't fear everything. I remember talking to a client when I was working in mental health. And one of the examples that I used in regards to having some confidence on some of the things that you do and not have this fear like what we're talking about in this video, I explained it like this. Yeah, there's accidents that happen all the time in vehicles. There's statistics out there on a lot of stuff that goes wrong. But I can't sit with my hand on the door before I'm getting ready to get in the car to go do whatever task it is for that day and go, oh, statistics say it was X amount of accidents that happened up today, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to go back in the house. I'm not going to do it today. One statistic that you aren't going to find is it's 100% wrecks all the time. Every time you get in a vehicle, it's a wreck. It's a fatality. You're not going to see statistics like that. If that was the case, we wouldn't have vehicles. And it's the same way with life. I really just wanted to flesh this out in a bunch of different ways because this stuff can creep up on you depending on who you're talking to and what type of person you are. If you're a person that takes in a lot of the things that people say and you really try to take them to heart and you take pride in, stacking up a wealth of information. Like I said, even going through social media and what have you, you're just like stockpiling this stuff. It could take a toll on you. It could take a toll on you. Create anxiety. Wrongly. In the wrong type of way. That's all I wanted to say. If you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow my other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. I know I say that, and some of these videos, especially these shorts, I'll post them directly to the whatever respective social media site. But you know what I'm saying. I'm over here on YouTube because this is where I'm hosting these full-length videos that I can't put on other social media. So this is where I'm hosting these videos. Go on ahead, go follow that link, go on over to YouTube, subscribe so you'll know when I'm posting this content. I post new videos Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then shorts and affirmations and all that throughout the week. Pretty much almost doing it every day. Sometimes I got to take a break. You need a break in anything. Anyway, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. Man, let that anxiety die down. Man, I'm finna get off this video. I'm out.